At the edge of Delhi, a desolate camp. Homes cobbled together with whatever materials the dozens of families who live here could find. It's a life unsettled, a daily struggle to get clean water in a place that has no toilets and little dignity. For a Muslim minority that fled persecution in Myanmar, only to find destitution in India. For many here, like Muhammad Salimullah, the community's years-long plight stings. He shows me the narrow tent he shares with his wife and 2 children. In Myanmar, we were oppressed, he says, so you could call this freedom. But just look around. The heat is stifling. There are snakes when it rains. The young children are frequently sick, he says. Their future is bleak.
Now we don't have nothing.
A thought repeated by this 16-year-old who's been here since he was 5.
My whole life is going as a refugee, so I'm feeling very bad. And I think, ma'am, there are no future for us. Whenever some people go find a work and they denied because they said you are not Indian and you don't have documents, so we cannot provide you job.
The threat of eviction also simmers in the air. It's a big worry for Mizan. With 2 younger siblings, the 20-year-old has always dreamed of becoming a doctor. But it pains her to know she can't, without citizenship documents or any security. Our tent burned down. I lost everything, all my books, she says, when fires repeatedly ripped through the camp. This camp has been here for 10 full years, and in all that time, very little change in the conditions here. The Rohingya in India have unclear status and very little documentation, leaving them in the most precarious of positions. India describes the Rohingya as illegal foreigners, and the government wants to deport them back to Myanmar. Last month, a minister promised to dismantle these camps and provide proper housing. But the Hindu nationalist BJP government swiftly shut that down and threatened to move the families to a detention center.
The government of India is taking a very hard line.
The issue, experts say, is India doesn't have any policy on refugees. It's ad hoc and can be bent at will, based on religion.
If you do not have a refugee law or refugee policy, you cannot claim yourselves to be a civilized country. Absence of policy or absence of a law has basically helped the government of India to adopt discriminatory policies and put all the refugees at risk.
It leaves those here feeling helpless and unwelcome, even on rare days like this, when a fishmonger passes by with food that reminds them of home. A small glimmer of good in a daily struggle for basic rights that threatens to overwhelm. Salima Shivji, CBC News, Delhi.